What's going on, guys? Blake Hawthorn, Itshisturf, and in today's video we're going to be transforming this space here. So from all the way back there where the guys are working to all the way up there where the pile of dirt in the machine is. So hopefully it'll take us about, I don't know, 2 hours or so to completely transform this space. We have sod on its way, but let's go ahead. We got the whole team out here and let's get to work.
Welcome back, guys. We are going to be doing a couple of these series of this podcasting kind of voiceover mixed with some of our time-lapse in our videos, just kind of explaining what we're doing, what's going on, pros and cons, things like that. Kevin with Fall River is here with me again, and we're just going to kind of be picking this project apart. So the first thing that he was harassing me about just now was, why in the world are we stacking turf up over there on the neighbor's property?
Well, I didn't understand why we were pulling it back up after it had been laid. So
yeah. Okay, so we've had a really hard time getting sod this year. This sod was on order for 3 months, and they had like some pictures or a showing, because this is that Airbnb property again that we're back out at. We have a series of videos on this property, and I'll kind of go through those in my outro. But this was another one of those times I ran and grabbed 6 pallets just to make it, presentable for their pictures, and it got really bad muddy on this left side of the house. And so we went ahead and laid it so that way it could, get some sunlight, get some water. We wouldn't lose it. It's a little over a pallet, almost 2 pallets, that we laid along that side by the putting green. And once we got that down, we realized that we had to do some extra drainage work. And so we'll see that later on in the video, some of the downspouts, catch basins, French drains, and things like that. But we had to pull all this up to get it all smoothed up, so it just all had a really nice transition together.
yeah, and I also noticed you're doing the neighbor's yard. And I think a lot of that is the neighbors were pretty cool and let us use a lot of their space.
Yeah, they let us tear up their yard. It's been an 8-month project for this construction remodel. So completely transforming the space. It wasn't just me. It was block layers, concrete guys, stucco, siding guys, plaster guys, you name it. We were using it. When we poured concrete for the splash pad, they let us back it down right here between the houses, and so I thought the least that we could do, the contractor agreed, is that we would go ahead and, sod this in between it. I would cover a few pallets out of my pocket because of the access and what we did, and they would, cover a couple pallets on theirs, just so, kind of met in the middle. And so that's what we're doing. Harley raking the edges, getting some of that grass up, spading out the edge against the concrete because we can't get too close, and then bringing in a really good compost topsoil mix to lay down so we have that good soil for that sod to take root in.
Which is one of the things that is really, really important, because I hear it all the time. People will be like, well, the sod already has dirt on the back of it. I'm just going to lay it down. I mean, it comes with the dirt. And it's like, I try to explain to people, no, that I get that it has dirt, but they have to do that. I mean, they got to get the roots of the grass. But you definitely need to put some kind of soil down as you're laying, or before you're laying the sod down.
No, I absolutely agree. And, this is our special soil. So we always get questions on our leaf videos and our, grass videos, like, what do you do with all of that? And so we actually bring it back to our shop. We have a burn pile where we burn the brush and stuff. We mix that ashes in, with our topsoil. We have compost here that we mix it in with. We have piles of leaves and grass clippings that we cover with Visqueen so that, it can rot for a season. And then we mix it all together and we make what we call like our plant mix, which is like our super soil. And so you've got, leaf and grass compost in it, regular compost, sandy loam topsoil, and ashes all mixed together, making a really good soil for all of your plants and grass.
So talk a little bit about the drainage that went on in this place, because there is a ton of drainage around this property, and it was really important to the investors because of the fact that there is going to be a lot of traffic of people in and out of this house.
Yeah, so we had like 4 systems of French drains. I think it was like 10 total catch basins on this property, 4 downspouts that were ran out, and then just everything tied together coming out to the lake. So this right here, the pipe you see coming out, is for the downspouts. And so that the neighbor said, yes, go ahead and dump it in. Just behind that, you can't see it in the frame, is where the French drain dumps out in through the seawall into the lake. And there's a French drain underneath the putting green right there that tees and ties into it. Probably should have bumped that one outside the wall in its own line, but they didn't want me to tap the wall again. And so we went ahead and just teed it in, and it's right there by the edge of the seawall. And we've had no issues with any of the water backing up.
And what type of grass are you laying?
So we're laying a zoysia. It's a shade tolerant. It can handle up to, I think it was as minimum as 4 hours of sunlight. And so we're going to get a little bit more than that, but some of those shady areas, I didn't want to just go with our standard Myers zoysia because I was afraid it would thin out after a couple of years.
So even though it can handle that much shade, it doesn't matter that it's in the sun? Because there's some areas that it's like constant sun.
We actually get that question a lot from customers when we're telling them that. We're like, well, the sod farm's full sun. They don't have trees out there that it's planted under. And so I always kind of get a good laugh. But yeah, no, absolutely. It can handle full sun and as few as, 4 hours of sun.
Right. Man, that machine that you have is a lifesaver, especially with bringing in the sod and getting it that close and then being able to just like take those mini rolls and not have to carry them from the front to the back.
Yeah, I mean, it really makes it quick work. It's like ants, everybody just, moving together, working together. So, but that ditch witch is a lifesaver. We didn't have enough access here because we were going to get on the drainage system to just bring it back with the skid steer. So we did have some guys up at the front stacking it down into half pallets so we could manage it with that ditch witch.
Right.
But that ditch witch, I used to joke and say it was employee of the month, always showed up, never complained, but it has been a lifesaver. Hydraulics went out like a month before I paid it off, but since I did that, the worst thing is some axles and spindles breaking all the time. But really, for the work it does, I'll take it any day. The Harley rake, great attachment for prepping the soil. You saw how quick it got rid of that grass down the property line. So the ditch witch, man, it's just very versatile machine from all the attachments, how compact it is, the horsepower, and just how much it can get, how much work it can get done on the job site. So we have in this video that you saw the Harley rake, which made super light work of prepping for the new sod, but we have trenchers, grapple buckets, forks, regular bucket, etc. Really the options are endless, but we were able to get this job knocked out pretty quick. I think I said in the beginning of the video 2 hours. It ended up taking closer to 3, just because some of the extra dirt work and stuff that we needed to do, and then getting the dirt right around those drains and everything finished out. We swapped some sprinkler heads out there along the side just to get good coverage on it. But all in all, I think it turned out really nice. Complete transformation from chaos and ruts to, French drains and a beautiful finish out. The neighbor couldn't believe the transformation that we did in one morning, going from, chaos to, beautiful lush green grass. So it's really cool. But guys, I hope you enjoy these types of videos. Watch it to the end, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. Crew's finishing up the sod up there by the trucks, and we got this thing all finished up. It turned out really nice. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, there's a couple others you might enjoy where we transformed the side yard and blew the leaves, did the gravel and all that on the install. This is a project we've been developing for the probably the last 7-8 months. Putting green here, swimming pool there, large fire pit, got a new burner and some blue fiberglass going in that here in the next day or two. Got a nice walkway out here to the lake. And then over here we have a splash pad. I have a video on the splash pad as well as the concrete work up top and the other side yard. So if y'all enjoyed today's video, be sure and check out those other videos. I think you'll enjoy them as well. And guys, thank you so much for your support watching these videos. And if you liked it, give it that thumbs up. God bless. We'll see you guys on the next one.